back to another bunny love video. I hope you're having a great day, and today we're going to be talking about rabbit bonding, the easiest and fastest method in only 1 week. And I can guarantee it will only take 1 week. If for some reason it does not take 1 week for you, comment down below and I will do my best to respond and try to help you out, see what's happening, see why it's not working, and maybe you're doing something wrong. So I would love to help you with that. And if you have any other questions even about the video, comment down below and I will do my best to answer and get back to you and answer your questions. So let's just get started with the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's just do this video. I'm super duper excited. I definitely wish there's a video exactly like this when I want to bond my two bunnies, Junior and Ginger, but unfortunately I could not find a video that gave me specific information on what to do, on what steps to do, and what actions to take. So in this video, I really hope it will help you, and let's just do this. I had my bunny Junior before my other one, Ginger, and he was free roam the whole entire house to himself, but he did not go in the washrooms, closets, or our basement. So he was neutered before we got our other bunny, Ginger, and once we got Ginger, we had to wait until he was old enough to get neutered, and then once he did get neutered, we had to wait a month after so the hormones can go away. Once we got Ginger, Junior was confined in my bedroom, this bedroom right here, and he stayed in here because we had another bunny and he needed room to basically run around and play and jump and go to the washroom and do all the stuff bunnies do. So once they were both fixed, neuters for boys, spades for females, that's when we decided to start bonding. So at the time, I did a lot of research and planning on what I was going to do. I heard about the 24/7 bond, which is bonding that basically you do for 24/7 without stopping them or taking one away from the other until they are bonded. And that's the way I will show you today. That is how I will show you how to bond your bunnies in hopefully under a week. And the way that I'm going to be telling you today worked for me in under a week for my two male bunnies. Before I tried the 24/7 bond, I had no luck whatsoever. I tried bath time bonding and that did not work at all. I had no luck with anything. I even tried stress bonding, which I do not advise because you're basically basing their bond off of fear, and you don't want to do that. You want to base their bond off of like happy things and love. So starting your bond off for stress may not be the best idea. So let's just get started with the 24/7 bond that worked on my two bunnies and many other bunnies. First, you cannot start bonding until all rabbits have been neutered or spayed. Like I said before, neuterings for males, spayings for females. And then after you neuter them, do not start bonding yet. They will still have their hormones, which causes them to fight and want to mate. So do not start bonding yet. Plus, they need time to get better and to heal. So do not start bonding yet. Wait at least a month until you start bonding. So basically, the 24/7 bond is bonding rabbits in a very neutral space. Neutral means a space where both the bunnies have not been, where their scent is not on anything. So maybe your rabbits haven't been in your washroom before, your kitchen, your basement, somewhere where both the rabbits have not been and their scent will not be there, because that will cause your rabbits to be territorial and they will want to protect their space, which could lead to fighting. So when you start bonding, make sure you find a neutral space. You start in a small space and every day increase the space by a little until they are fully bonded, but only increase the space if you start to see progress. If there's fighting, attacking, do not increase the space. Keep it the same, maybe even make it smaller. We'll show you the sizes and the space that I gave my bunnies and food and water, how that was all set up right after. Get ready to take your rabbits with you in a carrier every day if things start to escalate beyond tiffs. If you decide to try this bonding method, I recommend planning it during a long weekend or time that you'll be home to monitor your rabbits at all times, because once you put your rabbits together, the goal is not to separate them until they are fully bonded. So you have to make sure you supervise very carefully, even at nighttime. Oh, and make sure that you have gloves available, probably even on your hands, to be ready to stop any fights that might happen. How you can confirm if they are fully bonded is you will see not just one, but both of the rabbits, or how many rabbits you have, licking each other, which is basically kisses for bunnies. So it has to be mutual. It cannot just be one licking the other. It has to be both licking each other. If you see them snuggled up to each other, if you see that there's no fights or disagreements for several of days to a full week before they can go to a permanent area. So their actual place where they will be staying. Make sure there's cuddling, no fights or disagreements. Make sure they're grooming each other, not just one grooming the other. Make sure they're all grooming each other. So now I'm going to show you and explain to you a bit more about each setup that I did when I was bonding my two bunnies, Junior and Ginger. Once you start bonding, there is going to be things you're going to need. A couple of things you're going to need is a carrier, a pad, or some sort of blanket that their scent isn't on for them to be on. You're going to need some food, so hay and lettuce. And then you're going to need some gloves to break up any fights if they do happen, because it will hurt you if they do attack your hands, because you don't want to get in the middle of their fight, because that will hurt you. You're going to need a bowl and water. I do give my bunnies water bottles, and then you're going to need some sort of thing to keep them enclosed. So I have CNC grids. Lots of people use them for shelves. Lots of people use them for hamster cages and so many other things. Or you can use an X pen, but I do recommend using CNC grids. They're really cheap on Amazon, because it will be difficult to break up a fight if they're in an X pen. You'll have to reach over, if you can even reach over, or you will have to open the door, and by then it might be too late. They could be seriously injured. And then you're gonna need a security camera. This is just a pet cam so I can watch them. If you do have to quickly go do something or grab something, grab a water bottle or something. But I really suggest not leaving them unsupervised, because anything could happen in a couple of seconds. And let's not forget about yourself. If you are going to be doing the 24-hour bond, which this whole video is about that, and I strongly suggest that, so that means you cannot leave their side. You have to set aside time to watch them, so you're going to need your stuff as well. You got a blanket and pillow for sleeping. You got some snacks. You got a bunny teddy. You got water. You got a phone or an iPad or computer or some sort of electronic so you can stay busy and watch Bunny Love. Okay, so now you're probably ready to bond. You have this stuff for your bunnies and for yourself. So now you're probably like, okay, now I'm ready to bond. So now the first thing you're going to do before you get your bunnies is set up where your bunnies are going to be. So remember, a neutral space where neither of the bunnies have been. Okay, so if this is the first time your bunnies are ever going to make contact, that's great, but it would also be a great idea if your bunnies did live side by side each other for a while. That would help tremendously, because they'll be able to get used to each other, know each other's scent a bit more. This way, doing it just all at once, just like this, they're going to be like, whoa, who are you? They might be a little scared, defensive. So if they're living side by side like these bunnies, I have a couple examples, then that would help tremendously, because they'll be able to get each other's scent, kind of know who this bunny is, and make sure there's no way for them to hurt each other, or no way for them to get to each other, because that could end really badly. But if this is the first time they're ever meeting, that is okay too. But it would help a bit more if they did live side by side with each other for just as long as possible. That would just be amazing. But this is if you have already done that and now you're ready for bonding, or if you just want to get right to bonding, which is fine too. So I'm just going to show you how they will be set up in a small area for bonding. So I'm going to use CNC grids because, as I probably mentioned before, it's just easier to stop them from fighting. You'll also need these cubes if you're going to be using these. Okay, so now you have where they will be staying for about 8 hours to the whole entire day. Don't worry, I know it is really small, but trust me, it will be worth it after they are bonded and binking and running around with you. So you do not want to put a panel at the top of it and like hook it in, because if they do start fighting, it'll take a while to get this out from the knobs here, so do not put it on. I'd suggest just maybe leaving it on top like that, putting a water bottle or something heavy on it. That will help a lot. It will be more difficult for them to push it up a bit. So make sure you leave something hard on top of that, so they will not be able to just push it off right away and just jump out, and that would be bad. This is a good size when starting off bonding. You do not want to give them a lot of space, because that gives them a lot of space to be territorial and attack and fight and guard their zone. So this is a good space. I know you're probably thinking that is very small, I'm not putting my bunny in there, but don't worry, this is okay when starting off to bond. The point of it basically is to give them no space to fight. So if they have this whole entire room, they are going to fight. So that is why it's important to start off really small and then increase the size as you go on. Next, food is really much encouraged. You'll hear this from basically everyone, to put don't put it in one small pile, because they will be territorial over that and try to just guard that. You have to make sure you spread it out everywhere so it's evenly placed everywhere, so they will not be able to be territorial over it because it's everywhere, and so they can both enjoy it. You don't have to put lettuce in here, you can, but when I did it, I just gave them a couple lettuces every 10-15 minutes. But don't just throw it in their cage in a pile either. Either give it to them one by one or spread it out like all over. So you're probably like, why does she have a carrier now? It is because, especially if this is your first time your bunny's ever meeting, it's important you put them in a carrier, and if they do start fighting, then walk around with them. When they calm down, then stop walking. It's not as stressful as driving in a car, which never stops. This is just a way for your bunnies to find comfort in each other. And then when you're done with doing that for a couple of hours, then we put them in here. Okay, so I will show you some pictures of when they were in a carrier. It did work really well. I did that about for on and off. I do it for maybe an hour. Okay, so I want to go to bed. Okay, so after you're done walking around for them for a couple of hours in the carrier on and off, once they start getting kind of pushy and fighty, that is when you start walking. Once they stop and settle down, you stop and you settle down too. And once you're done doing that and you think you've made some progress, then we can put them in here. You can put a water bottle only for this. I strongly suggest not ever giving them a water bottle any other time. Like, strongly suggest. Water bottles are not good, not natural, not good. We will do a whole video on why you should not give your rabbits water bottles, and you should give them bowls instead, because bowls are so much better. I know lots of people say, but my bunny always knocks over bowls. Well, there are these things, are like at any pet store, any store, Walmart, they basically hold the bowl up. Things that people have for bunnies aren't even for bunnies, because lots of people don't make things for bunnies, like carriers and litter boxes. Yeah! Okay, let's start. Okay, so just so you know, my bunnies are bonded already, so they will not fight. This is for you to see what you have to do and what your setup should be. When I did bonding, I did not give them a water bottle, because I still don't think you should give water bottles even when you're doing bonding. I did give them a bowl, put it in every hour to see if they were thirsty, see if they wanted some. You can also leave a water bowl in there, but it will probably get knocked over only because there's so little room for them to basically move with it in there. But for now, I think I'll just keep it in there because it won't be for long. I'm going to take them out soon. They're probably like, what's happening? Why am I in this small space again? Ignore my gloves. If they do start fighting right now, ignore the gloves. They are a mixed match. You will just take it and stop them like that. If you are giving them too much room, that could also be a reason why they are fighting. So make sure they have as little room as possible. Basically just wait and wait and wait. So now I'm gonna pretend to go to bed. Okay, morning. So they did have to fight all night. I did have to stop a couple of little hair pulls. By the way, hair pulling is okay as long as it doesn't break skin. It doesn't bite the actual skin. Just a little hair pulling out is okay and acceptable. But pulling out chunks of skin, that's bad. Stop it at once.
You should stop every single fight you see. You shouldn't let your buns fight at any time. Always stop them if they're biting, circling or fighting each other. Buns go for the face and ears and they can very easily hurt one another very badly. Nipping, fur pulling and humping is normal bonding behavior and shouldn't be stopped. But biting, circling and fighting should be stopped right away. Always use thick gloves when breaking up fight like the one I have in the video because they can turn on you thinking it's one of the other buns that's touching them. You can use grill gloves or ski gloves or thick mittens rabbit face. Remember to keep their nails short for minimum damage when you're bonding buns rabbit face. Don't forget to subscribe to Bunny Love. Sorry for talking Tianna, lol, your turn, hahaha.
Thank you for stealing my video. So let's just carry on where we left off, I guess. So now they perfect all night, so now it's time to expand their cage a bit. Expand their cage. One day, all good except for a little hair pulling. That's okay, that's acceptable. But what happens if, oh my goodness, they fight it like crazy? They're trying to break it up. Maybe you did not do them living side by side each other. Before you go any further with this bonding, before you take it to the next step, I suggest you let them live beside each other. But what happens if you're like, Tianna, I did let them live beside each other, but you have to make sure you let them live beside each other for like at least a month, and then you start again. And then you start phase 2 of this bonding. But what happens if you're like, Tianna, I've been doing it for 2 months and they still attack each other? It's okay. I understand. Trust me. I understand. It really depends on the bunny's temperament. It depends on the individual bunny. It's not your fault. You're not doing anything wrong. The bunny will be able to be bonded, but some are more difficult than others. Some are easier. Some takes a day. Some takes days. Some takes weeks. Some takes months. Some even may take years. So you really can't like force it. You have to let it come naturally. But if you are doing all the right things, asking all the right questions and getting all the right help, then that's amazing. Comment down below your situation and I will really try to answer it best I can and give you advice and help. And yeah, comment down below right now if that's you. You've been letting them live side by side each other for like 2 months. They're fighting too much. Comment down below what is happening, what your situation is like, and I will comment and help you out. But for now, let's expand their cage a bit. Okay, we got this. I only have one panel, so I'm gonna have to go downstairs in our basement and get the rest of them. So what do I do in this situation? Do I use my handy dandy camera, my handy dandy pet cam? Or the better idea is to get a family member or someone to help watch them and tell them what to do if they do break out and fight, because you cannot count on a camera to stop their fighting. So okay you guys, so I got my sister here to watch them. Okay, so another day went by and oh my goodness, they're still perfect. Only a little bit of hair pulling, but way less than last time, and that's amazing. So now you add on another block here. So you have the panels and you basically add another section, and then the next day, if they're still doing okay, you can add on another section and then remove this panel, and they'll basically have one whole big square. And then soon it'll be so big, soon you can even add a litter box in it. I know this can be frustrating at times, but don't hurt them. It is not their fault. This is just in their nature to do this. It'll be worth it, trust me. You might give up, you might be like, this is too hard, but at the end it will all be worth it, trust me. So I guess that's basically it for this video. If you have any questions whatsoever, comment down below. I really hope this helped you out. So yeah, basically that's all. Like and subscribe. We hope you have a great day, and we hope this video made you smile.
Bye, bunnies.
Don't forget to watch to the end, find a fun tip, and to watch some fails of this video. So, bye. Like and subscribe. Bye, bunnies.
Bye.
Forgot to do shoutouts for this video. So, today's shoutout goes to, drumroll please, Sophia Sonda. We are so sorry if we pronounced that wrong or anything. We're very sorry. We're very bad with names. So thank you so much for subscribing and liking and turning on notifications and doing all that. And we hope you have a great day.
If you guys want a shout out, don't forget to comment, like, share,
and subscribe.
Yes.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
And he was neutered before we got our other bunny, Ginger. It's for dogs and cats. Like literally half the things that people, hopefully under a week. So,
Oh, and Tianna.
okay, so if yes, the camera. Okay, so I want to go to bed.